On September 10, 2007, 3 Green Berets went on a mission to catch or kill a very important terrorist leader in Samara, Iraq. These 3 Green Berets showed everyone what a brave and admirable soldier should be like. What happened on September 10th that made them the true soldiers? The Green Berets had been tirelessly pursuing the elusive Abu Obaeideah, a notorious terrorist leader whose activities were a dire threat to the stability of the region. After months of intelligence gathering and reconnaissance, they finally received a breakthrough, a tip-off that he was holed up in a secluded compound in Samara. With a sense of urgency and determination, the Green Berets swiftly formulated a plan of action. Collaborating closely with their Iraqi counterparts, they assembled a team of 9 seasoned members to execute the mission. Their objective was clear: apprehend Abu Obaeideah alive to extract valuable information that could dismantle the nefarious network he led. The decision to capture, rather than eliminate him outright, was strategic. Abu Obaeideah's ties to a ruthless terrorist faction, notorious for its brutal tactics including weapons trafficking, abductions, and targeted killings, made his capture paramount. Bringing him to justice could not only disrupt the group's operations, but also potentially save countless lives. As they prepared for the operation, Captain Matthew A. Cheney, the commander of the elite team, acknowledged the heightened risks involved. Unlike previous missions where adversaries were often caught off guard, this time they anticipated resistance. Nevertheless, their resolve remained unwavering. With over a dozen vigilant bodyguards at the ready, the Green Berets were prepared for a confrontation. The looming threat posed by Abu Obaeideah and his cohorts had spurred the Green Berets into action. Their unwavering dedication to the mission and commitment to protecting the innocent civilians caught in the crossfire fueled their determination. For them, this was not just another raid. It was a critical step towards dismantling a network of terror and restoring peace to the war-torn region. The courageous trio leading the charge comprised Captain Matthew Cheney, Staff Sergeant Jerry Halbison Gibbs, and Sergeant First Class Michael Lindsay. Their expertise and bravery were instrumental as they embarked on this perilous mission. The original plan, meticulously crafted to ensure stealth and efficiency, hit an unexpected snag when they arrived at the designated landing zone, only to find it submerged underwater. Forced to improvise, the helicopters had to touch down much closer to the target area, jeopardizing the element of surprise they had counted on. As the team disembarked, they were immediately met with a barrage of heavy machine gun fire. The abrupt landing had jolted the enemy insurgents awake, turning the scenario into a chaotic firefight. Adding to the chaos, the swirling dust kicked up by the helicopters obscured visibility, further complicating the situation for the Green Berets. Despite the overwhelming odds stacked against them, Captain Cheney swiftly assessed the situation and rallied his team. With no time for deliberation, they understood that retreat was not an option. In the face of danger, their training and instinct kicked in. Without the need for verbal communication, they understood that only swift and decisive action could tip the scales in their favor. Cheney's words echoed in the mess hall as he recounted the harrowing ordeal. In that moment of chaos and uncertainty, their only recourse was to embrace the principle of speed and violence of action. With determination etched on their faces, they advanced towards the enemy, resolved to overcome the odds and emerge victorious. Cheney said, "With no cover and too close for air support, our options were to turn and run or rapidly close with our enemy. No communication was needed. Speed and violence of action would be our security." Their courage and resilience in the face of adversity exemplified the true spirit of the Green Berets. Undeterred by the challenges that confronted them, they pressed forward, their unwavering commitment to their mission unwavering. For Captain Cheney and his team, this was not just a battle, it was a testament to their unyielding resolve and dedication to protecting those they served. The intensity of the brownout caused by the dust made it extremely challenging to locate the building amidst the heavy fire they were receiving. The Iraqi forces became so lost in the thick dust, leaving the Green Berets with no option but to launch the assault on the target building on their own. The brownout was so intense that the Iraqis got lost, Lindsay said. Vertigo might be a way to describe it. They had no orientation. As chaos engulfed the darkened interior of the building, Staff Sergeant Jerry Halbison Gibbs led the charge, hurling a grenade that detonated with deadly precision, incapacitating multiple enemy fighters in a single swift stroke. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, the Green Berets surged forward into the fray, their senses heightened as they confronted the faceless adversaries lurking in the shadows. Lindsay mentioned, "You could see faceless shapes scurrying around the room, grabbing weapons, and in less than 3 seconds, we received AK-47 fire." Within moments, gunfire from AK-47S erupted. Cheney was hit, the bullet piercing through his pelvis and hip, while Lindsay was immediately struck in the throat. A grenade thrown by an insurgent exploded near the assaulting soldiers, propelling Cheney and Lindsay back into the courtyard. Jerian was knocked onto his back, but remained alone inside the building with the enemy insurgents. "I was hyperventilating and throwing up," Lindsay says. Lindsay, barely mobile after the blast, maneuvered to fire his pistol at the nearby insurgents amid the onslaught of machine gun fire. "I fired a few rounds so no one would walk over and shoot me." Meanwhile, Cheney, unable to use his legs due to his injuries, lay flat on his back, dragging the body of a dead enemy fighter close to him as a shield. Despite his condition, he continued to exchange fire with the insurgents, managing to eliminate one of them at close range. Inside the building, Jarian's night vision goggles were rendered useless by grenade shrapnel, leaving him to continue his assault alone in complete darkness. After swiftly dealing with one of the main enemy shooters, he stumbled over a dead insurgent, getting shot in the hand as he fell. Despite this, he quickly regained his composure and engaged another enemy insurgent in close combat, ultimately eliminating them. After clearing the building, Jarian returned to the courtyard to provide cover for his wounded teammates. However, as he approached them, he was shot in the stomach. Despite his injuries, he managed to return fire, taking out the enemy fighter who had just shot him from a distance of only 12 feet away. Ignoring his wounds, Jarian got back on his feet and assisted in directing the disoriented Iraqi police force to complete the assault. During a really tough 10-minute fight, the small team of Green Berets managed to defeat the main person they were after and 11 of his followers. They also saved someone who was being held captive by the enemy. I just want to highlight how amazingly skilled the Green Berets are. While it took 9 Iraqi police officers some time to figure out what to do, but still, the 3 Green Berets bravely attacked the enemy's building by themselves, and successfully they defeated 12 enemy soldiers, rescued a captive, and achieved their mission. I mean, it's just unbelievable, isn't it, if we talk about 3 Green Berets' recovery? So, thankfully, all 3 Green Berets recovered fully from their injuries, and if that's not impressive enough, they all went on to serve in combat missions again. Jarian Halbison Gibbs was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the Army's second highest honor for bravery. Sergeant First Class Michael Lindsay received the Silver Star, whereas Captain Matthew Cheney was awarded with a Silver Star, and as well as with the Purple Heart for his wounds received in combat. These 3 men are truly exceptional warriors and heroes of America. Looking back on that night, I realized that we were all trained to size up a fluid situation and make the best decision available, Cheney told the cadets. In my case, this began on the rugby fields and in the training areas and classrooms of West Point. For the remainder of his speech, Cheney stressed to the cadets the concept of mental toughness, which he believes West Point incrementally instills in cadets every day, preparing them for the stresses of life as well as the Army. Every challenge you overcome or shake off, such as the humbling Adhai Zero of gymnastics, which I once received, is building your mental toughness, Cheney said. Every time you ignore weariness, pain, or other temptations, you become more prepared. Cadets, such as Amanda Blanco 17, took Cheney's message to heart. We get so caught up in the day-to-day life here, academics, sports, duties, but listening to Major Cheney made me realize that we are doing all these seemingly tedious things for a bigger cause, Cheney said. Presented by the West Point Association of Graduates, WPOG, and endowed by E. Douglas Kennas, 45, and his wife Jean, the Nenninger Award is named for Second Lieutenant Alexander R. Neininger, 41, who fought the enemy to his death during the Battle of Bataan in January 1942, and posthumously received World War II's First Medal of Honor. In addition to recognizing the recipient for his or her bravery as an individual, WPAOG regards the recipient as a given year's representative for all West Point commissioned officers who have heroically led soldiers in combat. Throughout its history, West Point has produced leaders of character who have served our nation with valor and distinction, said the superintendent, Lieutenant General Robert Caslin, 75, in his remarks opening the ceremony. Major Matt Cheney is one such leader of character, who has displayed extraordinary valor and heroism in combat in the spirit of Lieutenant Nininger, and who truly embodies the West Point values of duty, honor, county, as well as the values of our Army. Lieutenant General Robert Caslin said, "So this is it, my folks. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Let us know what your thoughts are about this heroic story in the comments. If you love war stories like these, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Till then, take care of yourself. See you in our next video.